via Macbeth Classic Sounds. Ever wanted to know more about George Michael? Then stay tuned, as in this episode I share some facts, plus give some song recommendations. Hey, I'm Ryan, and this is Ryan Macbeth Classic Sounds. If you love those timeless tracks that never get old, you're in the right place. I'll be sharing fun facts about iconic artists and songs, plus some great music recommendations to keep your playlist fresh. No deep dives or long chats, just classic music straight up. Let's jump in. George Michael wrote the song Careless Whisper on a bus ride to his job as an usher at a cinema when he was only 17 years old. George Michael was the first white male vocalist to record a duet with the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin, on the chart-topping 1987 hit I Knew You Were Waiting for Me. Wham! George Michael's duo with Andrew Ridgeley was the first Western popular music act to perform in communist China with a history-making tour in 1985. He was a huge music history buff and bought the Steinway Model Z upright piano that John Lennon used to compose and record Imagine. George Michael later donated it to the Beatles Story Museum in Liverpool. His debut solo album, Faith, which was released in 1987, was a global sensation, spawning 4 separate #1 singles in the US and spending 12 weeks at the top of the Billboard 200 chart. Throughout his life, he engaged in expensive philanthropy, often donating huge sums of money to charities and individuals, but frequently requested that his acts of kindness remained a secret. Now it is time for some fun facts. George Michael was naturally left-handed. This detail often goes unmentioned, but contributes to the distinctive flair and posture seen when he played the guitar. He reportedly turned down a knighthood, the title of Sir, from the Queen, stating publicly that such formal honours were not his thing. His debut solo album, Faith, made history by becoming the first album by a white artist to reach #1 on the US Billboard Top R&B and hip-hop album charts. He donated all of his royalties, from the massive Ram hit Last Christmas to the Band-Aid charity, which was raising money for famine relief in Ethiopia. Following the death of Freddie Mercury, George Michael performed Somebody to Love with the remaining members of Queen at the Freddie Mercury tribute concert. His performance was so acclaimed that he was considered for a role of the band's new frontman. After surviving a serious case of pneumonia and a subsequent coma in 2011, he experienced a temporary case of foreign accent syndrome and briefly woke up with an Irish or West Country English accent. Now it is time for my top 4 songs. Here we go. So Father Figure and Fast Love I have chosen. In second place, I have given it to As, which features Mary J. Blige. This song is a cover of a classic track originally written, produced and performed by Stevie Wonder for his landmark 1976 album Songs in the Key of Life. Despite becoming a top 5 hit in the UK, reaching #4 on the singles charts, the duet was not released as a single in the United States. It only appeared on the international release of George Michael's 1998 compilation, Ladies and Gentlemen, The Best of George Michael. And now, drum roll please. In first place, I have given it to Careless Whisper. George Michael wrote the song when he was only 17 years old while riding a bus to his job as an usher at a cinema. He often expressed surprise that a song written so young became one of his biggest hits. George Michael was incredibly particular about the famous saxophone riff. He reportedly auditioned and fired up 10 different session sax players before finally approving the take by musician Steve Gregory, who gave the solo its signature soulful sound. Timeless tune! And now it is time for my timeless tune, which a standout track that fits perfectly in today's topic. Now, the song I have chosen I know is a duet, but you can't beat this song. So the song is I Knew You Were Waiting for Me by George Michael and Aretha Franklin. I chose it because it is an incredible duet between two legends that has fantastic lyrics, a great beat, and incredible vocals. You should definitely add this to your playlist. If you love this episode, then be sure to subscribe so you never miss it. So you never miss another episode. That's it for today's episode of Ryan Macbeth Classic Sounds. Thanks for hanging out and discovering some cool facts and tunes with me. If you enjoyed it, be sure to subscribe so you never miss a classic moment. Got a favourite artist or song you want me to cover? Drop me a message. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep the music playing. Ryan Macbeth Classic Sounds.